Hey guys, Josh's Boosters here and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I want to say it's not something I've done before, and I actually didn't even plan on doing it. But yesterday I was just playing some Radiant Dueling Book, and then an acquaintance of mine just sent me a message if I want to play any old formats. I was like, that's cool, and then I just asked like what formats he would like to play, and one format he mentioned was 2014 format, so like a lot of people refer to Het format, even though I don't think Het was even in the best like 5 decks, even maybe, but yeah, a lot of people call it that, and I really love that format, so I thought it might actually be cool to show it off to you guys as well, for the people who actually weren't around back then, or even for the people who were. We just played a couple of matches. I'm gonna be showing them to you guys, and in these specific matches we will be playing. I will be piloting Mermail, which was one of my favorite decks back then. I actually won my first regional playing this deck, not this specific list, but just the Mermail deck in general. And then for the rest of the format after that, for some reason I stopped playing it and started playing like Fire Fist and Spellbook. Even though I honestly think Mermail was definitely one of the best formats, or the best decks in the format. A couple of things, fair warning, the technical play in this video from both sides will be far from perfect. It has been literally, it has been 7 years since I actually competitively played the format, and I think like in the time between then and now I played like one tournament in this format for fun actually, and I think I played Infernity in that one. But yeah, that's not really relevant. The main reason I want to show this actually is because Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be a lot different back then, and I don't want to step on any toes or anything by saying this, but I really thought the game was a lot better back then. You'll see there's a lot, and I mean a lot more back and forth than there is currently. Technical play is a lot more important, which is why it's a little bit of a shame that my technical play in this video will be a little bit lacking, but it is what it is. I just wanted to go on a trip down memory lane to like my fondest memories of Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically. Because at this point, like, I don't think the format is horrible or anything, but it's just a completely different game. But yeah, as you'll see, my opponent is actually playing a Lightsworn or Lightsworn Ruler, which was also a pretty popular deck back then. His build is pretty interesting. As you see, he's playing Needle Sealing in the main deck, which was definitely not something that was popular back then. My build is a little bit more of a generic Mermail build. I don't think it is Eugen Heights build that won the European Championship, but it's definitely very similar. But yeah, I won the Rock, Paper, Scissors. Back then you actually started with 6 cards, so let's take a look at my hand. I have a Marksman, Abyss Lint, Torrential Tribute, Controller, Breakthrough Skill, and Abyss Lead, so I won't be doing any like big soul charge plays this turn, but it's actually completely fine. Like, as you'll see, my opening turn is just gonna be set Linde and then set both my back row and end my turn. And back then this was actually a fine opening. Also, my opponent doesn't know what I'm playing, so he might actually think I am playing Het, which is an interesting mind game. But yeah, as you see, his hand is actually really good because he picks up the Solar Recharge, and he also has Charge combined with Solar Charge there. So yeah, he's gonna add Raiden to his hand with what he just released back then in the Lightsworn structure deck, and then he's just gonna pitch it right away. And pick up another Recharge and Lumina. He's gonna mill Diabolos, which was one of the Wyvern targets back then, and Necro Guard now, which all these cards seem crazy slow right now, but back then that was absolutely fine. Like, OTKs, they barely even existed, and Unbreakable Fields also hardly existed. There were some decks that tried to put up Unbreakable Fields, but... So yeah, he's gonna bring out those 2 monsters. I'm gonna think for quite a long time here, and again, my technical play is not perfect here, but I really felt I need to do the Torrential here, because he was gonna bounce the Honest to his hand, and then I don't know, maybe I could have kept Torrential, because if he hit it with Lila, I could have just used Breakthrough Skill on it, but yeah, I decided to do it anyway to also trigger my Linde, and then with Linde I'm actually gonna bring out Pike. Pike is gonna pitch the Marksman, and then I'm gonna add a Undyne to my hand. I'm playing double controller, and Undyne will allow me to do a little bit more setup. What I probably should have done, to be honest, is discard the lead, because there's really no point keeping this in hand, because you're never gonna use the hand effects. So that was a little bit of a misplay, and Marksman can definitely come up later. My opponent's gonna do another solar recharge, pick up Garden and Curry Bandit milling, Wyvern and what she called again, Aaron. And then Wyvern is most likely gonna banish Judgment Dragon. So from this point on, he actually immediately has Judgment Dragon access because he can bring out Blaster by banishing Wyvern and Diabolos. And then Wyvern says if it's banished, you can actually add the Judgment Dragon to their hand. Let's just read the effect real quick because I realize a lot of people might not be familiar with this card. It's if this card is sent to the graveyard, banish one level 7 or higher Light or Dark Dragon type monster from your deck. If this card is banished from the graveyard, you can add the monster banished by this card's effect to the hand. And then the Dragon Ruler, obviously, say for like each attribute, you can banish either the attribute or 2 dragons or 2 of the attributes or mixed to bring them out as effects. So yeah. Then my opponent is gonna go Allure, pick up another Soul Charge. Pretty good, pretty good. Then gonna set 2 and set the Gardna. Actually opting to not go for the Curry Bandit play here, which I think is interesting. I'm gonna pick up Mooling Glacier here. Let's see. Oh, he's gonna add the... Oh, never mind, he just misclicked, apparently. So yeah, I'm actually gonna opt to go for Gannon's Controller because Black Rose is actually really good in this format, and with the Black Rose I could just out the entire field and then potentially, yeah, I don't have setup for Mooning Glacier yet, but I could just go Undyne the next turn to continue pressuring, and if I top deck another water, no, wait, it doesn't work, no it doesn't, well, either way, yeah, I'm just gonna trend in Black Rose here, and he's gonna book my Controller, because he doesn't want to get Black Rose, so I'm just gonna swing with the Pike, and that's gonna be my turn. Not much more to do there, to be honest. So yeah, at this point he's gonna bring out the Blaster and add the Judgment Dragon to his hand. I think he does have 4 Lightsworn names. Yeah, he has Aaron, Lumina, Lila, and Raiden, so he can definitely drop the Judgment Dragon if he wants to, and he's gonna do that. He's not gonna use the effect because he wants to keep his needle sealing, I guess. He's just gonna run over my guys, which is definitely fair enough. Then in the end phase, he's gonna mill 4. He's gonna forget about it, but it's gonna happen now. Yeah, I'm gonna go Undyne set infantry. Now he's gonna mill 4. Then get access to another Judgment Dragon, which is definitely not the best. But Undyne is gonna send infantry to the graveyard, which will trigger its effect. Because it's sent to the graveyard as a cost for a water monster to pop the Judgment Dragon. And I'm gonna add another Controller and just set my other breakthrough skill. He's gonna pick up Lila, which is definitely a good top deck here, I think. Gonna Sword Charge for 2, which is also very good. He's gonna go Lila, target on the breakthrough skills, which I'm gonna chain targeting the Lumina just to shove that Lumina. He's gonna bring out another Lila, which is gonna pop my other breakthrough skill, which I'm not gonna chain there. Because at this point I'm basically hoping I can just win by deck out, because it's really, really not looking good for me. He's gonna Revolver Chain, send Tempest to the graveyard, which he's gonna bring out. Oh, he's actually gonna stack it, and then... Oh, right, so I'm honestly not sure why, like, both of us are obviously rusty on this format, but he wants to stack to the top deck and then mill it with Lumina, but actually, he's not gonna be able to mill since it was negated by Breakthrough Skill, which I point out, so yeah. A little bit of misplay on his part, and this will actually allow me to get back into the game, I think. Because I top deck Dirge here, which is, I guess, alright. I'm gonna go for Summon Controller, and then he's gonna go activate his Needle Sealing. Maybe I want to go for something like Alucard. So yeah, I think the line of play I wanted to take here was going to Alucard and then detach the Undyne to pop his set back row. Then I have 5 waters in the graveyard from Mooling Glacier, but this way I also have 5 waters, so that's, I mean, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna drop Moulin, gonna activate the effect, pitch the other Needle Sealing and Blaster, so hitting Blaster really doesn't accomplish that much, but yeah, gonna swing with Mooling Glacier, and he's actually gonna banish Necro Gardener for the graveyard to negate that. Then he's gonna top deck Tempest, bring out Blaster, and then bring out Tempest. He's actually not gonna add the Judgment Dragon here to his hand, which is not sure if it would have mattered, to be honest. Maybe it would have. And then I top deck Tius here, and this is basically how I win the game, because I definitely would have lost if I didn't top deck Tius here. But I do top deck Tius, which will allow me to go for Gunday, and then I will be able to trigger Gunday by using Turge's effect, adding Eliminate to a hand, then Turge will add Abyss Lead to my hand, and now I will be able to go for the famous Big Eye on your opponent's Big Eye play. Just take it, and then take the Mooning Glacier, put everything to attack. I can't attack with the the big guys that use their effects, but I just want to have them in attack position, not playing around Honor Arc, but they are just bigger this way, right? He's gonna top deck Gardna, and I think he can't bring out his Dragon Rulers here. Yeah, he can't, so yeah, this is basically where I win the game. So yeah, definitely super lucky on my part. He also made a few misplays, but so did I. The third, yeah, the Abyss's top deck was just super nice. Second game, he's gonna start off, he's actually playing Course, which is cool. He's just gonna go Curry Bandit, and then not even set the Needle Ceiling, so that's interesting. Probably just to obviously keep it in hand for when the food is already full, so you can just use it right away. He's gonna mill Soul Charge here, but he already has access to it, which I don't know, of course, but he's gonna pick it up. And then get a bunch of Lightsworn names in the graveyard as well. My end's pretty slow. Actually, it isn't. Like, I could definitely go the fast route and go for Megalo to trigger Dragoons. But I don't think there's any real way to make use of Soul Charge at this point, so I'm just deciding to keep the Soul Charge for later and then just be able to make more setup with the Abyss Sphere. Because Abyss Sphere can bring out Linde, and then in the end phase it will destroy itself and also the Linde, and then I can trigger something like Pike or Turge. He's just gonna bring out a bunch of guys with the Soul Charge, 4 of them. Quite crazy, and I don't have Torrential this time, so unlucky. He's gonna go into Alucard, which was a popular card back then. Start by Linde, which is fine. Alucard has to destroy set so it doesn't get destroyed here. And then he's gonna go into Direwolf, choosing to pop my breakthrough skill, which is fine. Alright, and now he's gonna go bring back the Raiden with Lumina and go into Michael, which is going to banish my Linde, which is pretty rough, to be honest. Then he's gonna mill cards, mill Necro Gardna double Wyvern, which is quite powerful, for sure. I'm gonna pick up Pike, which is a really good top deck here, because it's gonna make my Sword Charge super live. Going to Pike for Gundy. Then I'm going to add Abyss Lead to my hand with the Dragoon, so I can revive it with Gundy from the Megalo pitch, exactly. So I might not even have to go for the Sword Charge, just be able to keep it in my hand even longer. Because I think I'm just gonna go into Big Eye once again. Yeah, I'm gonna go Big Eye. And then this would be lethal if he didn't mill the Necro Guard now, which is definitely a shame. I'm just gonna threaten lethal here anyway. He's actually gonna bring out Gorse on the deck of Pipe, which is funny. Then I'm gonna swing into the token and set the sphere. And now I have to mill for Michael. And then end turn, milling my Sidon Maxi. He's gonna top deck a Dragon here, which is actually an insane top deck, even though he did have the Foolish, so he could have just Foolish for it as well. And I think this is basically where I'm just gonna get totally destroyed. Yeah, because he's gonna be able to get rid of my back row, which is Sphere, but it doesn't really matter. He's just gonna be able to Judgment Dragon my entire field. I'm gonna try to get some more setup for next turn, but there won't be any next turn because he's gonna blow up my field and then bring out the other Judgment Dragon and Blaster, I think. And that's just gonna be an actual OTK in this format, which is interesting. Didn't happen that much. So maybe should have gone for the Soul Charge, but yeah. Didn't know he had the absolute nuts, of course. So last game in this match, I'm going first. And what's a little bit annoying here is I actually side out one of the controllers and then I end up drawing both Undyne and controller. So this was obviously friendly, right? So I just take this play back and just gonna go bring out Tias get Gunday, so I can go for some extension with the sphere. Oh, and then I'm gonna bring out Leo because this card's actually people won't know what it does, but this cannot be targeted except in main phase 2, in your main phase 2. And that's actually super hard to out for all the decks in the format. Except for Moral Attack, the artifact. So yeah, in main phase I'm gonna go this. Bring out Sphere, and then in end phase he's gonna go Curry Bandit. Mill Wolf, Soul Charge again, so nice. He's actually gonna add Foolish here instead of Soul Charge, which is interesting. That seems fair. Now I think for quite a bit here if I should be scared of the back row. And let's see if I was scared. I was scared, so yeah, I'm just gonna pop it in the end phase, then add another Undyne. So Undyne is not live right now, which I know, but I add this because I want to keep my Lindies in deck for the spheres, and I don't want to get wrecked if I draw too many Lindies. So I'm actually drawing Soul Charge here, which is definitely a nice top deck, I think. But I'm opting to just keep it in hand for now. Because I don't think there's anything super insane I could do with it. Like, I guess I could go for a rank 7, but I would just be Draco Sec. And like if I could go for Gaius, that would be nice, I guess. But in this scenario, it really it's not much use. So he's gonna go Black Rose here, which is pretty annoying. For sure, can't really do anything about that. Just change the sphere again. Bring out Lindy. And then I'm just gonna bring out Abyss Lead, I think. Just to have a big body on board. Does he have enough names for Judgment Dragon? He does. Yeah, he does have enough names. So that's quite a shame. Oh, I'm actually gonna bring out Pike. Basically, another name. I think probably just to set up more in my graveyard. Bring out another Pike, and he's gonna go Judgment Dragon. Blow up the field. Foolish for Wyvern. Another Judge, and then this is just game again. So yeah, another OTK by Lightsworn. Lightsworn definitely a very powerful deck if it goes off. I'm just gonna go continue because we did play more matches than this one, and honestly, like these games are so much more fun than games are in current Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion, there's so much more back and forth, and you actually have to account for interruptions or cards your opponent might have. Where in the current format you basically just always know what your opponent has. Interruption wise, right? So I'm gonna start off this time with Pike. I think I'm setting up for a potential Megalo for the next turn here. Yeah, set Bottomless, which is definitely very good, a very powerful card in this format. I'm gonna summon the Curry Bandit, which I don't have any response, and I'm gonna mill pretty good again. Picking up the Book of Moon, benching Judgment Dragon, and also milling Blaster. I took the Upstart here, going for Genix Undyne, send Dragoon, get Controller, and then at this moment I knew he was playing Neil Sealing, right, so I wasn't gonna play into it, even though this was supposed to be game 1. So I'm just gonna swing, because this would definitely have been an OTK if I didn't account for Neil Sealing being there. And then I'm just gonna set the Sphere, pass. My opponent's gonna bring out the Blaster, which I am going to Bottomless, and I knew he had the book, but to be honest, I think I kind of forgot about it. So yeah, he's just gonna save his Blaster with the book, which is a good play, because you definitely want to keep the Blaster access right. And he's gonna run over my Pike with the Lila before destroying my back row, even though he knows it is Sphere, right? Sphere brings out Linde, then gets destroyed, brings out a lead actually. So mill in the end phase, another Wyvern. But he has no targets left in the deck. As you can see, he has all his targets either in hand or banished. So for now I think this game's looking quite good for me. I'm gonna summon Controller here, which is gonna allow them. I'm gonna go into Alucard. He does have double Needle Sealing, I think, so if one gets hit, that's not too bad. But he's actually gonna opt to flip it. And now I'm just gonna try to play into the back row of the Megalo, because I can pop his back row with the Marksman, and then Gunday is gonna be able to revive anything basically. And I think that might actually be game, is it? Because I have Tidal access as well. I'm gonna bring out Pike. Yeah, I think this was a misplay. I probably should have just gotten the lead of the... Yeah. Not that it really would have mattered, but... Yeah, I'm just gonna set up a Dracossack, because this card was actually quite strong, or hard to get over back then. It's gonna top deck Charge, which is definitely a good top deck. Doesn't mill that much, but it will allow him to set up for his Lumina. Get back another Lumina. Then he's gonna go... Does he have Radiant access? I think he does, right? Yeah, he does. So you can potentially go for another Black Rose to at least get rid of the tokens on my set. Even though he does know it is Sphere. But he opts not to. He's just gonna go for this. I'm not gonna change the Sphere because I think there's no more Lindies in my deck. Yeah, one is banished, one in the grave, one in hand. So yeah, didn't wanna get any of the Mermails in my deck out. Then I actually think he's gonna OTK me here. Definitely looks possible. Gonna go for Levier, pick up a Wyvern. Wyvern, go for Star Leech, which let's just read this real quick. Once per turn you can detach 2 XYZ materials from this card, then target one face of monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0, and if you do, it has its effect negated. And then if it's destroyed, you can draw a card, which is not relevant here, but it's gonna... I definitely should have just summoned the Dracossack in defense, to be honest. Like, back in this form, that was just usually a lot better. Also just because I played around Honor Arc, which was a very, very popular card back then. But yeah, that's gonna be the game. So Mermail not running so hot. Oh, I actually forget to draw a 6th card here. Very nice, nice gameplay. But it's okay, like I drew a Light Imprisoning Mirror, so we Gucci. It's gonna go recharge. Finally doesn't mill, super insane. Then gonna pitch Necro Garden for Lumina. I'm gonna flip the Light Imprisoning Mirror, which is actually insane at this point. I'm gonna flip the Sphere to bring out Lindy, which is the reason why I didn't set a Lindy right, because the effect's only once per turn. Then in the end phase she gets popped. Pike, pitch Dragoon. Gonna add a 9 to my hand, and Dragoon is gonna add Mooning Glacier to slowly set up for that. Gonna pick up another Maxi. Send Tidal with a 9. And then I think I'm probably just gonna start swinging with my guys. He has the Garda anyway, so there's no real reason trying to pressure. Or play into Needle Seeding again. He's gonna go charge. Mill another Garda, actually get Raiden, which is a little bit annoying because Raiden is bigger than both my guys. He's actually not gonna upswing because he knows that then he will get hit by the very powerful Mooling Glacier. Gonna Book of Moon my controller, and then at this point I'm gonna start to try to just run my guys into Raiden so I can drop Moulin. I think, yes, I'm gonna swing and then he's gonna go Gardna. So I can't crash my own guy, which is funny. Gonna bring out Lila here. I'm gonna max C on the summon, because I know now he's gonna be able to make something that outs the prison or the Lightning Imprisoning Mirror. But he actually decides to go for Rhapsody Berserk, which is interesting. So he apparently doesn't really care about the Imprisoning Mirror. Then he's gonna bring out a Judgment Dragon and yeah, swing over my Pike. So now I will be able to drop my Mooling Glacier if I remember correctly. I'm gonna go Soul Charge. Bring back 3, so this definitely should be my game, right? Go Pike Fact, get Gundy. Then go into Bahamut Shark, Detach Dragoon, summon out Dine, which or a Trite, which when she's destroyed you can revive one from the graveyard, and then that triggers Dragoon as well, since it is sent to the grave for a water monster effect. Then gonna bring out Engineer, which is negated by Imprisoning Mirror, but I just need need the space to drop my Megalo, bring out Lead. Get Sphere, so at this point, it's just game over for my opponent, right? He's never gonna be able to break this board. Then I'm gonna go pop his Judgment Dragon, bring out the Mooling Glacier, and then just set 4 back row Maxi in hand. Nice, bro. So yeah, pretty insane turn of events there. Really crazy turn. I know in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! This happens all the time, but back then that was actually absolutely insane. So this is game 3, I think, of this match. Yeah, he's gonna go recharge. His hand is alright, I guess. Not the best, definitely. He's just gonna try to get her with Gareth and Jane, I think. Oh, not even. He's just gonna set up with Lavalva Chain, which is fair enough. For sure, because he does have access to Tempest. But I do have Light Imprisoning Mirror, so that's pretty nice for me. Mine is good, actually. Gonna go Theist, Bitch Marksman, force out the book, and then that's gonna add me, or give me a Pike. Then just gonna normal summon Gunday, so the Pike's definitely just for follow-up. Probably should have gotten, or Lindy, sorry. I should have gotten Gundy, probably. But yeah, I'm just gonna go get my big guy. Just kind of bank on him being strong enough. Set the Light Imprisoning in the Mirror. Tempest bounces back to hand in the end phase. Gonna top deck Lila, which is he's actually gonna opt to just set the guard now. Yeah, there's just he really can't do anything, and he doesn't want to lose out the Lila probably, just in case he top decks something like a recharge or something. Gonna flip over Martius and just slowly start attacking with my guys. He could potentially actually out my my Abyss lead with the Lila and the Honest, which is funny. Gonna go into Leo here, which again, as I mentioned, is just super strong in this form. It's gonna top deck Lumina, which is a good top deck, but not against the mighty Light Imprisoning Mirror. This is just gonna pass turn. And I think this should be game right because I can pop the Lumina with the Alright, so 1-1 in matches right now. I'm just gonna show you the third match as well, just to get some closure, right? Which is the best deck, Mermail or Lightsworn? I'll try to just, you know, have it play. Just playing this makes me so nostalgic for forms like this, to be honest. I'm definitely gonna try to do more videos like this. I mean, if you do enjoy these type of videos, be sure to let me know down in the comments so I know if I should make more of this or not. I definitely think it's cool to look at old meta decks and just how the meta used to be back then. But yeah, if you don't, that's cool as well. Also let me know. I mean, if there's no no demand for this, then why would I show it, right? So my opponent kind of bricking here. I'm just slowly gonna chip away at his life points. Like, I definitely could have gotten or like put more pressure in, right? But I felt kind of safe. And again, just the needle sealing, man. Those needle ceilings, they're good. Now he's just drawing insane off the recharge. Funny stuff. So maybe I should have played faster. Just to be honest, like in the late game, his deck is much stronger than Mermail is. I definitely think Mermail's the more consistent deck. I would even say it's the better deck. But just Lightsworn is when it's set up, it's so much stronger. So I'm actually gonna opt to Torrential here. Not sure why, to be honest. Just a misplay. I'm gonna bottomless the Blaster. He's gonna Soul Charge. Bring out a lot of guys. Raiden Mill, nothing. Go into Rhapsody, so he wants to get rid of my title, which is definitely fair enough. And my lead, so rough. Gonna bring out Lumina. I guess he just doesn't have enough Lightsworn names then, right? No, he just has Lumina, Gareth, and Raiden in play. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Well, not for me, but for him it is. I'm gonna go into Engineer here and just equip the Rhapsody Berserk to make it 3000. It's funny. I'm gonna go into Leo here, because it is 100 bigger than 3000. Then my Crypt is gonna protect itself with this effect and just gonna pass. I make a misplay here, by the way. I should have just gone for a Sphere, bring out Lindy, then in the end phase summon Pike, Infantry, try to pop the Engineer. That would have been a lot better, but I don't know. I was just chilling and not paying that much attention, to be honest. So now I'm gonna do that play anyway, which is gonna finally destroy his Engineer, and I think that should be game, actually. Or is it like, I'm not sure how many guard. Oh yes, double guard now, so that's not actually game. Still looking quite good for me. Probably gonna set a, oh, not even gonna set a Lindy here. Okay. Oh, he's just gonna scoop it up. All right. So yeah, nice hand here. I have Crow, Genex Controller, Maxi, Abysphere, and Breakthrough Skill. So kind of bricky, to be honest. But again, like when you bricked back in this format, it didn't even matter, because usually your opponents wouldn't be able to kill you on the first turn. Like, there were definitely some instances where it happened, but it was pretty rare. And pick up another Sphere. And as you see, he actually sided in Decree, because he knows I'm playing Light Imprisoning Mirror now, and the Decree is absolutely gonna wreck me this time. So yeah, I'm just gonna break to skill the Lila just to prevent the 3 mills in the end phase, but yeah. Not much to commentate about this game, to be honest. I'm just getting wrecked because I can't do anything. Aaron, pretty good against Hans and Lindy, but in this case, mind gamed. Controller back in deck for my Undyne. Not that it matters, like, I just, basically my win condition at this point is my opponent decking out, which is always a very solid win condition. Pick up title here, which I can't even bring out because I only have 1 water. So, sad game. Okay, guys, last game of this beautiful, beautiful format. For now, anyway, I do already have some matchups lined up, and I definitely in the future want to, you know, look at some other formats. But yeah, just gonna go set Sphere here and then end. Which is slightly better than setting Lindy, I think, because Lindy can be more proactive. And then this will also allow me to keep my Pike on the field. Very likely, anyway. So yeah, he's gonna attack over my Lindy. I'm gonna go Pike, pitch the Goons, get Gundy to my hand, and then get Meglo as well. And then he's gonna set Decree, set Book, and mill another Wyvern. So pretty nice. Gonna pick up the Lightning Imprisoning Mirror here, which definitely would be a good top deck if my opponent didn't have the... I'm actually not gonna go for... Yeah, like I guess it doesn't make sense to actually use the Dirge effect. I'm just gonna go into a Evolver Chain. Sadly, I couldn't go for Excite Tonight here because I had more cards than my opponents, but my Excite level was absolutely insane back then. But yeah, now I'm gonna go for Megalo, bring out Lindy with Gundy and add Sphere to my hand, and just run over the Raiden. Then poke with Lindy, and then I'm just gonna set the Imprisoning Mirror, I think, and I'm actually also gonna set Sphere. Okay, he's gonna flip the Decree, so rip me. I was gonna send Tidal, by the way, with the Evolver Chain. Tidal, kinda nice. He's gonna bring out another Lumina, then Lumina's gonna bring out Raiden, which is fair enough. But I'm actually gonna Crow the Raiden, which is definitely my saving grace here. Because if not, I could have gotten Black Roast, which is definitely... to be honest, even if he did, I don't think he had any... he didn't have any follow-up. If he did a Black Roast, then I could have just Soul Charged next turn, so that would have been nice for me. And he's gonna be thinking, and opting to go for Engineer opposed to Levier. And then just run over my Evolver Chain, which is, it is what it is. Gonna pick up Infantry here, and I think... yeah, and now I'm just gonna Soul Charge and just... end his whole career, right? So Sword just bring out Goon, Spike, and Lindy. So just go for 3. Pike's gonna pitch the Infantry, which is eventually gonna pop the Decree to make my Light Imprisoning Mirror alive. Then I'm going into, let's see, about, yeah, I think I kind of mess up this this turn, to be honest. Like, there's definitely more I could have done, but my field is just literally full, right? So I'm gonna go into Levier, then bring out Tidal, then go into a... I don't even know. Go to, like, I should have gone to Yugioh's, but I, for some reason, wanted to take the... Yeah, if I just went for Yugioh's, and I could have done Bahamut Shark effect as well. And then that would have been nice. Then again, field wipes, aside from... I guess if he did have Neil sitting, that would have been really disgusting. But luckily for me, he didn't. So yeah, this is just this is just game right. I mean, got Tribute Summon Tears here to make some space. Then this is not game actually. Now he still can use the Bahamut Shark. So yeah, nice technical play. Very nice. True pro. Yeah, definitely just messing up here, but it doesn't matter. I just had too much. So yeah, guys, very long video, but I just wanted to show all the mattresses because I think this is really cool, and I mean, no one is stopping you from clicking away, right? But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment if you would like to see more of these, or if you don't want to see more of these, that's also fine. And then if you do enjoy this type of content and want to see more, I highly recommend subscribing. We made it to 1500, guys. Yay! So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye!